Still holding on, Princess Leonor of Spain and the weight of tomorrow's crown. At 17 years old, most teenagers are worried about their next math test, weekend plans, or perhaps which university to attend. Princess Leonor of Asturias, heir to the Spanish throne, spends her time learning 4 languages, studying military protocols, and preparing to lead a nation of 47 million people. While her younger sister Sofia enjoys the relative anonymity of being the spare, Leonor carries the extraordinary burden of being Spain's future, a weight that grows heavier with each passing year as she transforms from a shy little girl into the confident young woman who will one day wear the crown. The question that captivates royal watchers across Europe isn't whether Leonor is ready for her destiny, but how she's managing to hold on to her humanity while preparing for a role that demands she become something more than human, a symbol, a unifier, a living embodiment of Spanish identity in an increasingly complex world. The making of a modern monarch. Born on October 31, 2005, Princess Leonor entered the world during one of the most transformative periods in Spanish royal history. Her grandfather, King Juan Carlos I, was already facing the scandals that would eventually force his abdication, while her father, then Prince Felipe, was quietly preparing for a kingship that would require rebuilding the monarchy's reputation from the ground up. From her earliest public appearances, it became clear that Leonor was being raised with a different approach than previous generations of Spanish royals. Gone were the days of sheltered princes and princesses who emerged into public life only when absolutely necessary. Instead, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia made the deliberate choice to gradually introduce their daughter to her future responsibilities, creating a carefully orchestrated balance between normal childhood experiences and royal duties. The strategy has been remarkable to observe. Unlike many of her royal contemporaries across Europe who seem stiff or uncomfortable in formal settings, Leonor has developed a natural ease with public speaking and ceremony that belies her young age. Her first major solo speech at the 2019 Princess of Asturias Awards ceremony, delivered in perfect Castilian Spanish to an audience of international dignitaries, marked a turning point. Here was not just a teenager reading from a script, but a young woman who genuinely understood the weight of her words and the importance of her role. What makes Leonor's development even more fascinating is how it contrasts with her sister Sofia's journey. Born just 2 years apart, the sisters represent 2 entirely different royal destinies. While Leonor's every public appearance is scrutinized for signs of her readiness to rule, Sofia enjoys the freedom to be more spontaneous, more playful, more genuinely childlike in public settings. This dynamic creates both opportunities and challenges for both sisters, as they navigate their roles within the royal family and in the public eye. The sister dynamic, Leonor and Sofia's unique bond. The relationship between Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia offers one of the most compelling human stories within the Spanish royal family. Unlike the often competitive relationships seen between royal siblings historically, think of the tensions between various British princes and princesses, the Spanish sisters appear to have developed a genuinely supportive bond that serves both of their interests. Sofia, born on April 29, 2007, represents everything that Leonor cannot be: carefree, spontaneous, and unburdened by the weight of future responsibility. In public appearances, Sofia often serves as an emotional anchor for her older sister, providing moments of levity and normalcy that help humanize the royal family. When Leonor appears nervous before a major speech, it's Sofia who can be seen offering quiet encouragement. When formal events threaten to become too stilted, Sofia's natural humor helps break the tension. But this dynamic is more complex than it might initially appear. Sofia is not merely the spare, living in her sister's shadow, she's being prepared for a crucial supporting role in Spain's future monarchy. Royal experts note that Sofia's education and development are being carefully managed to ensure she can serve as a trusted advisor and public representative for the crown when Leonor eventually becomes queen. The sisters' public interactions reveal a relationship built on mutual respect and genuine affection. During the 2023 Princess of Asturias Awards, when Leonor delivered her most important speech to date, cameras caught Sofia watching with evident pride and emotion. These moments of authentic sisterly connection have become some of the most powerful humanizing elements of the Spanish royal family's public image. Their shared experiences, attending the same schools, participating in family vacations in Majorca, supporting their parents during official events, have created a unique partnership that will likely define both of their adult lives. As Leonor prepares for her military training and eventual accession to the throne, Sofia's role as her closest confidant and most trusted ally becomes increasingly important. Education for empire, preparing a 21st-century queen. Princess Leonor's education represents a masterclass in preparing a modern monarch for the complexities of 21st century leadership. Unlike previous generations of Spanish royals who were educated primarily in Spain with a focus on traditional subjects, Leonor's curriculum has been deliberately internationalized and modernized. Her early education at the Santa Maria de los Rosales school in Madrid provided a foundation in Spanish culture and values, but it was her decision to attend UWC Atlantic College in Wales that truly marked her preparation for global leadership. This choice was particularly significant because it demonstrated the Spanish royal family's commitment to ensuring Leonor would be comfortable operating in international contexts and would understand global perspectives on the challenges facing modern monarchies. At UWC Atlantic College, Leonor studied the International Baccalaureate program, which emphasizes critical thinking, international mindedness, and community service. She lived in dormitories with students from around the world, participated in outdoor activities and community service projects, and most importantly, learned to navigate social situations without the constant presence of royal protocol officers and security details. The language training that forms a crucial part of Leonor's education cannot be overstated in its importance. She speaks Spanish, Catalan, and English fluently, and has been studying Galician and Euskera Basque to better connect with Spain's diverse regional populations. This multilingual capability is not just about communication, it's about demonstrating respect for Spain's cultural diversity and her commitment to representing all Spanish citizens, regardless of their regional identity. Her current military training represents another crucial phase of her preparation. Following Spanish royal tradition, Leonor is undergoing training at the General Military Academy of Zaragoza, where she's learning not just military protocols and leadership skills, but also developing the physical and mental toughness that will serve her throughout her reign. The military training also serves a symbolic purpose, demonstrating her commitment to Spain's armed forces and her understanding of her future role as commander-in-chief. The weight of tradition in a changing world. Perhaps no aspect of Princess Leonor's development is more challenging than learning to balance respect for royal tradition with the need to modernize the monarchy for contemporary Spain. The Spanish monarchy has undergone dramatic changes in just the past 2 generations, from the restoration under King Juan Carlos I through the current reign of King Felipe VI, and Leonor must understand both the historical significance of these changes and the ongoing evolution required for the institution's survival. The scandals that plagued King Juan Carlos I's later years serve as a constant reminder of how quickly public opinion can turn against the monarchy if it appears out of touch or morally compromised. Leonor has been raised with a clear understanding that modern monarchs must be held to the highest ethical standards and must consistently demonstrate their value to the nation they serve. This understanding is evident in how the royal family has managed Leonor's public image. Every appearance is carefully planned not just for its immediate impact, but for how it contributes to the long-term narrative of Leonor as a responsible, committed, and morally grounded future queen. Her participation in environmental initiatives, her emphasis on education and youth development, and her respectful engagement with Spain's diverse communities all serve to build a foundation of public trust that will be crucial when she eventually ascends to the throne. The challenge of modernization is particularly complex in Spain, where regional autonomy movements continue to question the relevance of the monarchy. Leonor must learn to navigate these political sensitivities while maintaining the constitutional neutrality required of the crown. Her visits to Catalonia, the Basque Country, and other regions with strong independence movements are carefully choreographed to demonstrate respect for local culture and concerns while reinforcing the unity of the Spanish state. Public service and personal sacrifice. One of the most poignant aspects of Princess Leonor's story is the way she has embraced the concept of service from such a young age. Unlike many of her international royal contemporaries who seem to struggle with the restrictions and obligations of royal life, Leonor appears to have genuinely internalized the idea that her privilege comes with profound responsibility. Her speeches consistently emphasize themes of service, duty, and commitment to the Spanish people. At the 2021 Princess of Asturias Awards, she spoke movingly about the challenges facing her generation, from climate change to technological disruption to social inequality, and positioned herself as someone committed to working alongside her future subjects to address these challenges. But this commitment to service comes at a significant personal cost. Leonor's teenage years have been marked by constant public scrutiny, limited privacy, and the pressure of always representing not just herself but the entire institution of the monarchy. Her social media presence is carefully managed, her friendships are scrutinized, and her academic and personal achievements are always viewed through the lens of her future role as queen. The physical demands of her preparation are also significant. The military training she's currently undergoing is rigorous and demanding, designed to prepare her not just for ceremonial duties but for the possibility that she might need to provide real leadership during times of national crisis. The language study, protocol training, and constant preparation for public appearances represent a workload that would challenge most adults, let alone a teenager. Yet those close to the royal family report that Leonor has embraced these challenges with remarkable maturity and determination. Her commitment to her fitness, her dedication to her studies, and her growing confidence in public settings all suggest someone who has made peace with her extraordinary destiny and is determined to excel in her future role. The future of Spanish monarchy. As Princess Leonor continues her preparation for eventual queenship, her development offers fascinating insights into the future of not just the Spanish monarchy, but of constitutional monarchies generally in the 21st century. Her generation of royals, including future monarchs in other European countries, faces challenges that previous generations could never have imagined. The rise of social media has fundamentally changed how royals interact with the public, creating opportunities for more direct and personal connections while also increasing the risks of public relations disasters. Leonor's generation must learn to navigate these digital platforms while maintaining the dignity and mystique that have traditionally been central to royal authority. Climate change, economic inequality, and technological disruption are reshaping societies in ways that will require new forms of leadership and new approaches to governance. Future monarchs like Leonor must be prepared to address these challenges while working within constitutional systems that limit their direct political power but expect them to provide moral and symbolic leadership. The question of Spanish unity will likely define much of Leonor's future reign. Regional independence movements in Catalonia and the Basque Country continue to challenge the concept of a unified Spanish state, and Leonor will need to find ways to acknowledge and respect regional identities while maintaining her role as a symbol of Spanish unity. Her success in navigating these challenges will largely determine not just her personal effectiveness as a monarch, but the long-term survival of the Spanish monarchy itself. The institution that has served Spain through its transition to democracy and its integration into the European Union must continue to evolve to remain relevant in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. Still holding on. The phrase, "still holding on," captures something essential about Princess Leonor's current position. She is holding on to her childhood and adolescence even as she prepares for adult responsibilities that few people can truly comprehend. She is holding on to her sense of self while learning to become a symbol that transcends individual identity. She is holding on to Spanish traditions while preparing to lead a nation that continues to change and evolve. Most remarkably, she appears to be holding on to hope that the monarchy can remain relevant and valuable to the Spanish people, hope that she can live up to the enormous expectations placed on her shoulders, and hope that she can find personal happiness and fulfillment within a role that demands so much personal sacrifice. The young woman who will one day be Queen Leonor I of Spain represents both continuity and change, tradition and innovation, the weight of history and the promise of the future. As she continues her military training and prepares for the next phases of her education and development, the Spanish people and royal watchers around the world will be watching to see how she continues to hold on to everything that makes her both an effective future monarch and a genuinely admirable young person. Her story is still being written, but the chapters completed so far suggest a future queen who understands both the privileges and the burdens of her position, who is committed to serving her people with dignity and dedication, and who may well prove that constitutional monarchy can remain relevant and valuable in the modern world. Princess Leonor of Spain is indeed still holding on, and in doing so, she may be holding the key to the future of the Spanish crown itself. The relationship between Leonor and Sofia, the careful balance of tradition and modernity in their upbringing, and the genuine humanity that both sisters bring to their royal roles offer hope that the Spanish monarchy can continue to evolve and adapt while maintaining the dignity and service that justify its existence in a democratic society. As Leonor continues her preparation for queenship, she carries not just the hopes of the Spanish royal family, but the aspirations of everyone who believes that constitutional monarchy, properly practiced, can still serve the common good in the 21st century.